Here's how you capture feeds at the assignment desk. First thing you want to notice is at the very top of the feed center, you're going to find 8 monitors. On the left side, you'll have PCR Air Check, Sports, News 1, News 2. On the right side, you have Cox, DirecTV, News 3, News 4. These are your destination monitors. So this is how you're going to tell if you've got your source routed correctly. The top right monitors, Cox, DirecTV, those are the Cox cable box, the DirecTV box. That is a source. On the left side, you'll notice PCR Air Check. That is locked. That is the feed coming in from the production control room. That destination cannot be changed. That is, the source is locked in. So essentially, you have 5 sources or 5 destinations that you can record a feed. Next, you want to go down to underneath the computer monitors, you'll find a router. Now this router, there's 2 elements to this. To the far left, you'll see 5 buttons that are your destination buttons. Sports record, news record 1, news record 2, news record 3, news record 4. Those top 5 buttons are the ones that we're going to work with. Those are your destination buttons. Before you get started though, you need to check the record screen, the capture screen, computer screen, and you have to look at anything that is in the red and is recording. When you look at one of those recordings closely, you're going to see numbers, and it's going to say, such as this, 4, News 2, record 1-4. What those numbers mean, the first number 4 is irrelevant, don't worry about it. News 2 tells you the destination that you are recording. Record 1-4, that is just saying it's recording to airspeed 1, port 4. Those are irrelevant. The News 2 is what you need to worry about, or News 3 or News 4 or PCR or Sports. That's going to tell you in this situation, we're recording the Glossop Clemency hearing, and it's recording on News Destination 2. So we don't want to change that. There's a recording going, so we're not going to use Destination 2. But if that's the only record going, then that tells us the other 4 are available. So we're going to pick one out of the destinations. And in this case, I picked 4, even though it's not showing on the picture you're looking at. It says News 2. We're not recording to 2. That was the hearing that I just had popped up. But we'll say News 4. So you punch the button for News 4, News Record 4. Now you have your destination. So go back up to the top right monitor, and you'll see I routed Weather 116, which is one of our storm trackers. And to find the source to route to that, you go back to the router panel, and to the far right, you're going to see buttons that say source page up, source page down. As you press that up and down, it changes the buttons and the different sources available to you to route to a destination. And so you punch it up and down until you find the source that you want, and in this case Weather 116, and I press Weather 116, and that now back to the screen here, you'll see Weather 116 is going to News Record 4. So that is set up. That part of it is finished. Now we actually have to set up and actually do the recording. So on the computer monitor where you'll see all the different scheduled records, and in this case you have right now we have 2 things recording. We have an air check going, recording on PCR. We have the Glossop hearing recording on News 2. So we want to record News 4. So anywhere other than those red record boxes, double click, and what you'll have is basically a template box will open up. With the template box, you'll notice 4 different settings: production, news, production template, sports. Highlight the news template and click open. After you've opened that, what will happen is you will get a record, I'll call it the record bar. So a record bar will open, such as this. And you'll notice that there's different elements here. So the first thing you want to do is in the left side bottom, you'll notice a box where you can check mark some boxes. In that situation, what you want to do is you want to select and record, check the box for News 4, record 3-2. We want to record to Destination 4, so check Destination 4. Now you want to go up here and you want to label your record. If it is a storm tracker, it is weather, their number, their name, and the time you start rolling. So in this case, Weather 116 Marty at 10 a.m. With trackers, we have to stop records after a few hours and restart, and this tells us what time that record started. It helps the editors easily find it. If it is Sky News 9 up, it is SN9, and then what they're on, house fire and a brief location. Semi-accident at I-35 and I-40. Something along those lines to identify what it is. If it is a field crew on breaking news, it would be REM 104 OIS Southwestern. And so officer involved shooting on Southwestern, something like that. So you name it. Now we're going to go over to the right side of this bar, and you select, all you need to do is select 30 minutes or an hour for how long you want the record to go. And then in the middle, you hit the record button, and it should start recording. After it starts recording, you should see you can close that box once it turns red. It'll probably ask you, start this recording, click yes, and then wait for the record button to turn red, and then you will close that box and just hit the X, and then you will see your recording in red, such as this. And so that now you are actually recording the feed. To stop the feed, all you have to do is double click in that red box, anywhere in that red box, and that record bar will open up again. And this time it will be, the record button will be red because you're recording. And then all you have to do is hit stop, and it will say stop this recording, yes. Once you see the recording go green, you can close the record box, and we'll go up here and show you a sample. And so the air check, when it's finished, or if I've stopped the air check, the box is then green. That means it has recorded. Now it's in feeds, and the editors will have access to that record. So that's how you take feeds at the assignment desk at News 9.